Welcome to One in a Miller. Welcome back to the One in a Miller podcast. I'm Neosha.
I'm Justin.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with us today. We really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you do, or before we even get started, just drop on down in the subscription, wherever it's at. Hit that subscribe button. Also give us a big thumbs up so you never miss an upload.
Right.
Today's story theme is roommates, and I titled it From Rent to Regret. Now, I have been blessed to not have a really bad roommate experience. I lived with my cousin, then I lived with my cousin and a mutual friend, and then I lived with two different times, two random roommates, and they were all good experiences. Have you had good experiences with roommates?
I'll say I'll go 50-50.
50-50?
I live best by myself, but I really haven't had, I've had a good roommate, and then I've had like a mix, but it wasn't bad. It was just like different lifestyles.
Yeah. In my adult life, I haven't had roommates like as an adult.
I ain't had a roommate in like 10 plus years.
Yeah,
so however long I've been out of school.
Yeah, you're the closest thing I've had to a roommate, and you're my husband, so
right.
There's that. This first story is, am I the butthole for refusing to let my roommate's boyfriend use my shower? So I, 24 female, share an apartment with my roommate, Sarah, 25 female. We generally get along fine, but she has a boyfriend, Jake, 26 male, who is always over. Like at this point, I think he actually lives here more than I do. The issue? Jake refuses to shower at his own place. I don't know why. He claims his water pressure is bad, but I think he just likes my shower because we have those fancy rain shower heads. Either way, every time he stays over, he uses my bathroom instead of Sarah's. At first, I let it slide, but then I started noticing things. My shampoo running out suspiciously fast, my towels being damp when I hadn't used them, and worst of all, the man was using my expensive eucalyptus body wash.
Not the eucalyptus.
You know, I'm with her because I love eucalyptus. I splurge on that. He smells amazing, but at my expense. So last week, I finally put my foot down and told Sarah, hey, Jake needs to use your shower from now on. She got weirdly defensive, saying he feels more comfortable in mine. I said, great. He can feel comfortable at his own apartment. She got mad and said I was being dramatic over just a shower. Jake is now sulking, Sarah is annoyed, and I'm wondering, am I the butthole for not wanting my roommate's boyfriend to treat my bathroom like a luxury spa?
Right. She how old again?
The OP is 24, and her roommate is 25, and he is 26.
Yeah. He probably like her, more than likely.
You think so?
I mean, that's what it sounds like. Because even me thinking at that age, I don't have a reason. Like, even if that was his, like, with that being his girlfriend and she having her own shower, what's your reason for using the roommate shower? Yeah, you really have no reason to interact with a roommate. Yeah. Even if it was a friend, outside of that being your sister, and that's still weird to me personally. Like, you have no interaction with her. So, using someone's shower is, like, very personal space.
It is. I agree.
And then to go as far as, like...
using their stuff.
Clearing the boundaries like you running a 100-meter hurdles at the Olympics.
Right.
Is insane. Because you using body washes and all that. Y'all just weird. Like, and I probably, like, the lady, girl that posted, I would not have even let it gone the first time unless it was a situation where... like the water was out and that was the only shower in the house, because that's kind of crazy to me. Like, that's just weird.
Yeah, I agree. It is very odd that.
And then you mad, like, that's even weirder.
I'm thinking from like Sarah, like I'm the girlfriend.
Yeah.
I would ask you, like, why are you going in her shower and why aren't you using this shower? Like, are you trying to let her see a peek? Like, I'm going immediately, and maybe that's my trauma, but I'm like, what? Like, why are you?
I mean, that's valid question though,
because there's no reason for you to be over in her space.
Right, and what opened that door?
Right.
Because it's real like you trying to segue into something else, but like
maybe they're trying to do a group thing.
That's why I said you're trying to segue into something else, but like even with that. like if you're using somebody else's shower, then that time that you in there, they can't be in their room.
Right. And then also another thing
like,
too, I would have a little bit of grace if he wasn't using her stuff. Like if he brought his own caddy and just
he more than likely using her towel.
That's what
to wash his tail.
That's what I'm saying. I would have a little bit of grace if he was using, like, you know how community showers go. You get your towel, you get your shower shoes, you get your caddy, and he went in there and did it. Maybe like while his girlfriend was in the shower, maybe they're rushing or something. I would have a little bit of grace. But after the roommate said, like, hey, I don't want you in my shower, and you keep on keeping on, well, now it's like a disrespect thing, and we're taking it, like, now it's going to another place. But there is an update. All right, she says, hi, after I posted the very first story, some of you suggested something, and thank you all for that. Well, things have escalated. After my conversation with Sarah, I thought the issue was settled, but nope, Jake decided to test boundaries. A couple of days later, I came home from work to find my bathroom door locked and the shower running. Guess who was inside? Yep, Jake. I knocked and said, hey, what are you doing in my bathroom? He had the audacity to yell back, just showering, I'll be out in a minute. Like, he lives here. Yeah. I was fuming. When he finally emerged wearing my towel, I lost it. I told him straight up that this was my space and that he had no right to use it without my permission. Sarah, instead of backing me up, said I was making a big deal out of nothing and that I should just share. I told her that if Jake wants access to a rain shower head so badly, he can install one at his own place. The next day, I went full petty mode and put a lock on my bathroom door, as some of you suggested. Sarah flipped out, saying I was being extreme and that I was ruining the dynamic. I told her that Jake had ruined the dynamic when he started treating my stuff like his own. Now Jake refuses to come over unless I relax, and Sarah is acting like I'm a tyrant. I'm standing my ground, but the apartment is tense. Did I go too far? Absolutely not. You really should have locked your door after the first time.
Yeah, I wonder, do they know each other? Or is this like a rando roommate situation?
I'm not really sure.
Because it seems like a rando roommate situation. Because if y'all know each other, that wouldn't have went that far. Exactly. It would not have gone that far.
If Sarah cared, though. Because there's some people who I could have known you for forever, and I just don't care about your space or your things. Yeah, but even with that,
I don't, again, I'm going off my world. I don't know a person that would be comfortable with a man.
No.
Swinging showers.
No. And using my towel. That's just what Sarah can do. And this is what Sarah can do.
Right.
She can go to his house and y'all can parlay over
there. Because that'll be easier anyway.
And then just let it be that.
It sounds like it's say by itself. Well, what did the comments say?
The comments say, one of them has, putting a lock on your bathroom door was the right move. They clearly don't understand boundaries. Another comment, they understand them, but they don't respect them. Absolutely. Or her towel. He's rubbing his tackle and butt crack on her towel.
Right. It's over with.
Another comment said, I would burn the whole building down. I can't think of anything more disgusting than a strange man using my towels. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
First of all, she locks the door. I'm sending Sarah an invoice for some new towels. Like, you need to give me some new towels because I don't want your boyfriend's body on my stuff, because no amount of bleach, disinfectant, or whatever is going to get that out of my brain.
Why everybody, even the comments, cool with him using the shower? But
I don't know. She did right. You did right, OP, by locking your doors and keep them locked. I never had a roommate situation where I felt the need to lock my doors. Me and my roommates got along very well. But if I had something like this, I would definitely lock them doors and let them lights down low. Next story.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Well, yeah.
You don't know that song?
No.
Jesus. All right. My roommate is washing his butt in our sink. So we live in a house share of 5 people, and one of our roommates is from the subcontinent. Of course, we are aware that it's customary there to wash your bum after a poo with water. So totally fine. I like to keep things fresh down there too.
A bidet.
But would never use this method. We had a hunch that he was using our sink as a bidet for a while. We would hear lots of splashing around, and he would be in the toilet for 20-30 minutes every time he used it. Following that, there would be water all down the wall in the bathroom around the sink area. He has a jug in the bathroom. So we assumed he was doing it over the toilet bowl. Then we noticed that he would never wash his hands in the bathroom and would opt to washing them in the kitchen sink.
So we got to wash out with the juice.
Even though we have a hand soap pump, normal soap right there in the bathroom.
That's disgusting.
My housemate asked him today if he was washing his bum in the sink. To which our suspicions were correct, and he confirmed that he was. Honestly, I feel sick. Aside from the obvious hygiene issues on the tap and around the sink itself, the spray must be going everywhere. Anytime I clean the bathroom, within 2 days, it really smells bad in there. And now we know why. His poo spray must be going everywhere. And honestly, I don't even want to use the bathroom anymore.
Good God.
How can we raise this with him so that he understands we all use that sink to wash our hands, and it's absolutely not okay for him to be washing his bum in that sink? Help.
It ain't nothing to raise up out of here. Cuz got fecal matter everywhere.
Y'all are all subject to
toothbrush.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about
walls.
Toothbrush. Oh no.
You can't wash your face.
Like anything you're touching.
Booty juice.
Yeah. At this point, there's
and he know he wrong because he watching. He watching.
Right. He's going somewhere else. He's leaving y'all. Oh my gosh.
Booty juice.
The only solutions that I think, and there's two that I can think of. One, tell that man to get his own bidet. Like he has to pay for it and install it and get a bidet. So then that way his customs are straight. And then he also, before he installs that bidet, needs to disinfect. And I'm talking about bleach, hydrogen peroxide, all the Pine Sol, all the works, Lysol, and just clean that bathroom from head to toe like 3-4 times, because one time ain't gonna get it. The second thing I can think of is they do sell on Amazon portable bidets. So it's just like a little, it looks like a Perry bottle, like what women use after they have babies. And you just screw it on and then like you squeeze it and it gets all that. So we got two options here. The third option, if you choose not to do any of those, is to never, ever in your life use the sink that we all share to wash your booty after you go number 2 it. Because that is gross.
That's pretty wild. I got one option, man. If you don't bend over and wipe that tail and be through with it, right, get some wipes, be through with it. I don't care what custom you got. This is not customary.
This is gross.
So keep that over there. Yeah, when you go home, you can spray water all up in your tail. And that's disgusting. I probably would box him. To be real, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about the first time. Because once I say, man, you wash your tail over the sink? Yeah, man. Pop, pop, pop. And then after that, we can talk. Because
why is that the automatic thing though?
You have positive and negative reinforcement. And so it's like when you train in a dog, a house pet, whatever.
Yeah.
You have to train people not to do that. And so to me, I'm thinking.
But what if he honestly didn't?
I really don't care. But I'm thinking that you tooted it up over the sink.
That's another thing.
How flicking it like a monkey, flicking it in your tail, flicking. And it's the flick motion that's really peeing me off. And then you gotta get out of the bathroom. So you taking that same flick hand, putting it on the door, and walking your half a tail to the kitchen and saying, ha 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 ha. I just boo-booed, and I gotta wash my hands elsewhere. So, like I said, the only thing to do is lay hands on them. It's 4 versus 1. So I really say jump him. Because
Justin,
I'm so serious. That's what's crazy. It's like if you sharing a house with 5 people, and I'm just thinking about myself because I have stayed in a house where it was 4 of us, but we all had our own bathrooms and stuff when I was in college. But like if we had one bathroom, the least, like, all right, so I'm gonna go all the way back to my freshman year of college. We had a community shower. The very least that you can do is be considerate of other people. And I'm making jokes, but I'm serious. And consideration is like there's stuff that I may have customary to me from my home, and it just don't flow with everybody else.
Right.
And if it don't flow,
you got
to do something else.
Yeah.
And for you to sit up there and flick that water in your tail, and you know that point finger catching that, that point
too graphic.
I'll say that point finger catching that the spout where the water comes out, so it's a little bit on there. And then for me to think about how many times y'all talk about fighting, ain't an option. How many times I brush my teeth and doo-doo on it? Doo-doo and Crest, doo-doo and Colgate, doo-doo and whatever you choose to use.
Oh,
and
God.
you like, man, I don't know why my breath's stinking. I'm brushing and brushing and brushing. I'm brushing and brushing and brushing. And it's like, yeah, you brushing with
fecal
paste to be nice. Bro, I have no choice. And so you taking all my choices away. So the least I'm saying me, and I already know you finna get beat up. That's the least. Women that talk to you, men gonna beat you up.
My brain can't wrap around why he just.
Mine can. He got 2 feet on the counter.
Wait, stop.
2 feet on the counter, ladies and gentlemen. turned to the wall, both socks on. Well, actually, socks on so he can get better grip. And he's bent, and he's flicking, and he's flicking, and he's flicking. And then he looking back. Oh, what's left? He flick. Because they saying this is taking 20, 30 minutes. So all hot water is gone in the house for at least the next 20, 30 minutes. And he's flicking, and he's flicking, and he's flicking. And then he got to get off the sink. He got to dry himself off. He got to dry clothes off. He got to dry everything off. And it's funky. So, I mean, like, and if you're stinking so bad that people are telling you after 20, 30 minutes, this junk smell like doo-doo for the next 2 days after cleaning, you only got 48 hours of freshness before I come blow the joint back up. Bro, that's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful for you to mount up on them folks' sink and using the grab bar and you flicking. That is crazy. That is insane. And I'm a little sleepy, so I know it might not even make sense, but that is crazy. That's about worse than the what's the guy name? D. Jones scratching his tail, sniffing and wiping on the wall.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's the same thing. And that just happened. That former NBA player. Allegedly. I had to cover us, allegedly. But I'm just setting the scene in my head. I come in, I'm like, man, I forgot something. He forgets to lock the door. I'm watching him. He look at me and we stare, lock eyes. I'm moving out immediately because you can't get that image out your head. And I never say what a roommate after that. I'm telling you, that's me. That's who I am. I went from 4. This is how I went in college. I stayed with myself my freshman year. I stayed with 3 other guys my sophomore year.
Oh, God.
I stayed with me and my homeboy my 3rd year. And after that, I was back to Hun solo.
Oh, God.
You is not going to be flicking water and boo-boo all over the place and think I'm going to just be all right with it. And man, that is crazy. When you think about it, like this man going full-fledged monkey mode in the bathroom talking about some customary. Boy, if you don't get it, come on, dog. I'm going to hit him in the head with some wipes. Wow. Bro, come on. Because we got to change the whole scene. We got to change the water spout. I have to report so many people. I got to report to my roommates. And then I got to talk to the landlord. And then the landlord got to talk to maintenance. Because I need all this replaced for this dude.
Oh, God.
Man, I'll be real. That sounds like... All right, so when I was at state, and this ain't no disrespect to anybody.
Oh, man.
This is no disrespect, straight up. No disrespect. When I was at state, we had foreign exchange students. And that sounded like a foreign exchange problem. Because I'm not dealing with that, man. Bro, I would do like the Africans and slap you with a flip-flop. Before you ever do me like that. I mean, bro, in a flicking matter. And you just, you know, you done went to the bathroom, socks off, chilling, and you just up with some boo-boo, human boo-boo. Not no dog. Like, come on, dog.
Oh, man.
I know how I felt my flip-flop when the dog was over here, and I'm like, oh my God. Now, if it was a human, bro, I'm gonna be like, dude, on TikTok. You gonna pick that up. I'm sorry, you gotta pick up your own stuff. Oh, man, y'all be living some lives out here. I mean, I'm just saying, you out here living life. That's why I can't stand to use about. Like I today at 35.
You're so mad.
I'm so particular. About bathrooms. But like I'm also a person too that has had norovirus, and so
oh man,
like that sickness ain't. You in here washing your hands thinking they clean, and you just getting a sprinkle of somebody else on you. That's crazy. I don't know which worse, that or the fear that someone, and this is not, again, not knocking anybody, all respect, but someone homeless come up and flicking your lips and and then running off. I don't know which one.
Oh man.
This man ain't even domesticated for real. What the comments say?
You literally covered all the bases.
Because I'm like, I'm super germaphobe. So like,
God.
Somebody doing it to me is like, just like spitting in my face. That's a boiled dead. That's the ultimate disrespect.
Oh,
so
man.
we got to get it in. As soon as they say yeah, I'm doing it. Okay. Well, let me get this water real quick. Cause we finna go outside. I'm finna do it. And I'm finna do it. I'm finna do it all over you. You know, so that's real.
Oh, man.
But yeah, what the comments say?
Just it.
I mean, cause that's crazy.
Oh, God. All right. One of the comments says, I gotta get myself together. Give me a second.
I'm just curious what they talking about.
All right. One of the comments says he obviously knows it's disgusting since he isn't even washing his hands in there, but expects all of you to brush your teeth, wash your hands, and whatever else around a poo sprayed sink. You need to sit down with all your housemates and tell him to buy a cheap bidet on Amazon or get his own place. How does a grown man even maneuver his butthole up into the
I'm telling you, y'all think I'm playing. That man, all right. They took the word right out of my mouth. I got their socks off. Cause we know what's up.
Somebody said, like this man is bare, but the sink basin.
Like,
we gonna move on,
bro. You done ran.
We gonna move on,
right? Because everybody on my time. You ran slap out.
I have nothing to say, nothing to add. We just gonna move on.
Straight up.
Cause you tickle me. Just
this grown man got on that sink, socks off.
Oh man, if you ain't never made me laugh.
His grippers scooped on that sink so he don't fall.
Whew.
And God knows, if anything, this real. If anything, God knows, if he was to pass out, boom, he'd hit the wall. It's emergency. You was in that giant. You was in that giant naked water run. We don't even know he passed out. Water filling the hallways, and he booted naked. And the ambulance got to come in that giant and say, "What happened here?"
The ambulance.
And it's doo him, water, and we try to figure out what's going on. Like, that's the worst case scenario. Cause that's a hazard. You got up on them sinks and you slip, it's over with. Or however you doing it. All that I can think of is like that little character on Lord of the Rings hunched over like that, popped in a squat, and he looking back at it. He looking back and he trying to make sure he covered. Man, get you some wipes, dog. Everybody try to call these alternative. Don't get no portable bidet. Man, get you a wipe and toot it up and let's go. Come on, and some spray. That's so disrespectful. Like, that is crazy. 1 out of 4. I don't care what your like. I'm so serious. Because if I was in your crib, of course y'all probably got the thing. I'm not gonna use no sprayer anyway. Personally, I don't want that spraying up in my tail. I don't want no enema right outside an 8. I mean, come on now. You can go to the splash pad for that. And really, yeah, that's a perfect idea. So if he wanted to do that, go to the splash pad.
Oh,
you don't get a charge, but you can go out there. That thing shoot up out that ground. You just gotta make sure you're in the right spot. Feet just on the sink. Oh my God. And then he, like I said, the first comment said, he know he nasty because he done walked up out of there and probably looked at it because I know men. And if it's a man, he looks at, I can't do no, I can't clean that, and walked on. At least as a woman, they'll be like, let me try to sparkle it up. You would think, but I know he just walking clean up out that bird and whistling. And the next person like, God, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I just smell boo-boo so bad. I'm like, God, dog. I mean, it just sits. And Lord knows if the air ain't blowing, because if it's fire for y'all don't have it like that. So if it's just stale air and booty. Oh my God.
Oh, Justin.
And y'all think I'm
we gotta stop.
This is my last thing I'm gonna say. You will probably be, if we didn't fight, on a food restriction, like an animal. Because I'm not gonna sit up there and let you get full so you can digest that out.
At least go to a public toilet.
Yeah, go to a restaurant so they can kick you out. You going to jail anyway. Because when they find out,
I want to know what he's doing in public though, because there's no way he's
saving it till you get home. Because they ain't gonna say nothing, and I'm finna walk on.
Oh man!
After I done blew the top off this joint, come on now. God, that's so just nasty. Some of y'all just don't just amaze me. It ain't. Don't they do amaze me?
Oh man. Justin.
I'm saying you gotta think about that Lord of the Rings, crouched over.
Oh gosh.
And looking back.
Are you ready?
I'm ready for next time. I'm like my brain still stuck on that. Like, how we going about the process?
Oh man.
God, that's disgusting.
Next story.
Yeah, the next one.
Hey y'all, Neosha here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the One and a Miller podcast. If you've made it this far in the video and you really like what you see, please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all the love and support we've gotten thus far. And with that being said, let's get right back into the episode. Am I the butthole for being angry that my roommate was sleeping under my bed for months without telling me?
Okay, Count Dracula. Got dog, Dracula's lair. Dude, again, and people see stuff like that. People wonder why did I get hit in the head with a baseball bat? Why did I get pistol whipped? Why did I get shot? Why did my eye get blackened? Why did my eye get blackened? Because you're doing stuff like that at an older age. You're not a kid. So I'm automatically thinking intruder. That's by the title. Well, come on, let's get into this. Is crazy. Y'all be out here so insane, and people wonder why. Why did I get beat up? It's like that girl did the street interview. Anybody before she read it, anybody that watches, and this woman said, "It's a video of the girl doing street interviews," and the woman was like, "I don't even remember what they were talking about. They were talking about like law. Did she believe a law or something like that? You can go look this video up anyway. Did you believe a law?" And the woman gave her answer, and the interviewer came back and said, "Also, you believe?" And she twisted the words up and immediately on site got beat up. So people wonder stuff like that, but
all right. I have lived with my roommate Carl for years. A few months into rooming with him, he told me he was a pansexual. I said, okay, cool.
What is that?
I don't really know.
Like skillets or something?
Hold on. I think they are connected to the brain, like your intellect.
Because if it's skillet cookies, I'm a pansexual.
Is sexually or romantically attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender.
I don't even know what that means. I know 2025. I was born in the 1900s.
Justin, all right.
Straight over my head. I'm thinking they say pan. I'm thinking like you like stuff like I'm a pansexual. I'm thinking they talk about stuff cooked out the skillet. What's great? Pansexual. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know none of these terms. So in my head, I'm thinking skillet, cookies, and hamburgers. All them in the pan, and I'm with it. But anyway, I don't know what he's talking about.
I have lived with my roommate Carl.
I'm so old, y'all. I'm 35, and when I came up, it was 2 sexuals. Now you got all these. I don't know all this variety. It just goes thing got the thing, It's every year. I can't keep up with all that stuff.
All right, we got.
Brother said I'm a pan. Who tell you that the first day? That's why I'm so glad. Again, I know I was born in the right time, because I'm so glad I ain't got to be no roommate with nobody today. Because pain, if I got to look it up, it's too much for me. It's too much for me.
Oh man,
God knows, pansexuals.
You is on it tonight, and I mean on it.
I'm trying to get sleepy, so it's starting getting funny.
You delusional is what you are.
Brother said pansexual.
All right, I have lived with my roommate Carl for years.
Mm-hmm.
A few months into rooming with him, he told me he was a pansexual. I said, okay, cool. I'm not interested in that personal information, nor am I judgmental. I just said, all right. A few times over the last year, he asked me if I had ever considered experimenting with other men. I said, nope. Also, I said I didn't feel comfortable with him asking me such a personal question. It's not like we were close friends. We are only roommates by happenstance, basically. Anyways, every time I said this, he basically said, we'll see. I was like, what? Anyways, last night I had a horrifying experience. I heard a noise under my bed. It was movement. At first I thought I was imagining things, but then I heard it again. I thought, oh God, is it a mouse or a rat or something? My God. This was like 3 a.m. So I got out of bed and looked under with my phone flashlight. He's brave. I wouldn't. I'm not looking under the bed with a flashlight. Okay. Now this here was the most startling moment of my life. I guess I'm lucky because I have never before this moment felt true terror and fear as a physical sensation. but I was completely jolted that under my bed was my roommate staring wide-eyed at me.
He
And I screeched when I looked under the bed. I literally thought I was having a heart attack. I then just started hearing, sorry, 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 sorry. My roommate crawled from under the bed, crying, apologizing over and over. I was so creeped out and afraid that I ran out of the apartment in my pajamas. There was a Dunkin' Donut that was open 24/7 a few blocks away. So I just sat in there with a decaf and a breakfast sandwich with my heart thundering away. My roommate kept texting me asking me to talk. I ignored it. In the text, he found a way of horrifying me even further. He confessed he had been sleeping under my bed a few nights a week for 3 or 4 months, and that he was doing it to get closer to me and physically saturate.
I knew that would come.
He did that to get closer to me and physically saturate each other.
What?
I'm not going to say what he said next, but he said I waited for him to go to work and I ran into the apartment, got my essentials, and left. I'm currently crashing with a buddy. Our lease is up in 1 month. My intention is to simply not renew. This dude is blowing up my phone, and I'm getting texts from other people, some friends of mine, and some bozos who are friends with him. He is going around telling people I shamed him and that I'm rejecting his apologies. Some people are claiming I am overreacting and invalidated his feelings. Most people agree he was improper, but think I should work it out with him and give him a second chance because he's sensitive. I feel like I'm losing my mind and I'm seriously 20% convinced I'm experiencing a long lucid dream of some sort and wondering if I'm going to wake up in a coma or something because this is so insane to me. Like, not really, but maybe really. I mean, what in the world? So, am I the butthole or is everyone around me a nut?
No, you might have PTSD being all serious and so is it a man or a woman?
I 24 mil. It's 2 men.
I would have took that. I would have took a baseball bat and like a pool stick when he was up under his house over. I would have shot down the hole. I would have took it off the tips of my hand, just right in the forehead. That's one. Before that, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, and I have a friend. I still consider him a friend. You know, we had difference of opinion. But this is why you always should judge people. You gotta judge for what they believe in. Because when you didn't know what pansexual was, you didn't know what you was getting into talking about. Oh, it don't matter to me. I'm cool with it. I don't judge, man. I'm cool with it, bro.
Especially when he said, "We'll see."
And
he kept on, I think the fact that he kept on asking and his only response was "we'll see," that would have creeped me out.
Bro, in bed doing all kinds of stuff, and the only reason that you find out because his sleep apnea kicked in. He probably got too hot, and he had to call. Cause bro, you sleeping like Dracula. What kind of bed do you have? Because if you can slide up under that giant, you can slide up under that giant.
And the fact that you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, no sir.
Like I said, I keep a baseball bat. I would have took that
he's
sucker.
better than me because I didn't sleep in my room when I lived in Starkville for like 2 weeks because I saw a roach. Okay, this was just a singular roach. Had I heard something going pit pat in the middle of the night, there's no way you would have paid me money to go back into that to look. I would have politely got my pillow, got my blanket, and walked out like I didn't even hear it because I'm not looking. I watch too many movies.
Yeah,
I'm not looking under.
Yeah, I still like when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? I was still with my mom, and so I watched a bunch of Lifetime movies with her.
Right.
And I still, when I go to the gas station at night, look in the back seat.
Right.
Straight about it.
Exactly.
But go back to the beginning.
So he's brave for even looking under the bed because I would not have looked. I would have. See, here's the thing. He would have got caught up. Because if it were me and I heard something up under my bed, I would immediately got up and went to my roommate and been like, "Hey, do you hear something?" And when the roommate wasn't there, I'd been like, "Oh."
You would have sat down and seen them little feet.
Right. And I'm like, "Oh no!" And then I'm gone. 1 month. I don't have to stay in there for 1 month. I can go find somewhere else.
Said 3 in the morning. Bro had to call. But go back to the beginning of the thing. He said he didn't judge and whatnot.
Yeah, he said I'm not interested in that personal information, nor am I judgmental. I said, all right.
Right. See, that's a step 2. I knew it was something, man. You need to be interested in that information. Because that information would have saved you from getting up at Dunkin' Donuts at 3 in the morning. If you was interested in that information. See, sometimes we look over stuff because we just need somewhere to sleep. You need to be interested. What is pansexual?
Yeah, you gotta know.
What do you want? Why are you telling me we gonna see? See, it's certain people that's said.
You don't have to judge. You don't necessarily have to judge, but you do need to inquire.
Right. It's certain people that's told me stuff like we gonna see, and I am my head say we ain't gonna see because I ain't gonna be here.
Right. I don't even have to say what does that mean.
That's like if I was playing basketball, right, and somebody said, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go to the car." I'm damn worried about it. I'm actually not gonna be. I'm actually not going to be here when you get back.
Right.
So you know, people say like, I'm not worried about the information. I'm worried about every piece of information you tell me because you could have said yourself, like I said, you wouldn't been at Dunkin' Donuts at 3 a.m. with a decal cow trying to wake up.
What kind of trauma response? Me? That's me. I would find the nearest restaurant and just ate and been like, Lord, this can't be for real.
I'm telling you, the way that I wake up, and y'all, I know y'all probably think I'm funny. I would have because I literally do keep a baseball bat. It's one thing I keep. And I would have taken it like a pool stick and hit him square in the forehead between the eyes. Because I said, that would have been the first one. And then he would have scrambled, because you got, as human nature, you gonna come out, And I was like, man, what you doing, dude? And then we would have went, it probably went verbal exchange, but he would have went like Scarlett's letter the next day. It would have been a big night on his head. Because and to be real, you talk about the 1 month, I probably wouldn't have moved out because I'm not gonna back down from you. And then the second thing on top of that, I would start locking my door. But the second thing on top of that is, I actually would have probably tricked you into like, oh yeah, man, that's cool, it's fine. But just know everybody gonna know that you are in this joint at 3 a.m, and we don't know. I know he probably want to say it in his story. What all are you doing up under this bed? I'm moving.
I think no, I would have to leave, and here's why. Because now that I know he has access to my room, and it's kind of like if somebody like stole your car and you got it back. We just talked about this in another video. It's like now that somebody has like been in that space and wasn't invited into it, it feels tainted, and I don't feel safe in there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not staying. And plus, this person is so, I'm gonna say crazy because that's insane.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer,
he's a little crazy. If he's willing to do that, there's no telling what else he would be willing to do.
But that's why you gotta see.
So now this is a safety concern. Yeah. So instead of staying there and trying to stand my ground, I would and I know like men are different, but I personally, I would just much rather. I've moved apartments for less.
See, that's what's wrong with y'all today.
I have moved apartments for less.
2025, we so soft.
I'm not saying.
We so soft.
I'm grown. I'm not saying because I don't have to.
Listen,
I don't have to.
You ain't heard what I said. We so soft. And this goes back to story 2. When you put hands on people learn. See, everybody, we done got so non-violent. It's so non-violent. No,
because you go in the
please call them. Because when they come up and I tell them why I'm laying hands on you, they're probably going to say, oh, that's fine. I completely understand.
I'm just gonna leave because now this one I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want any dealings with you. I just want to go and forget this ever happened. And I'm blocking all the people that if y'all want to side with him, fine. You can side with him. Y'all go live with him. Why are you telling me to stay? You go stay with them.
I've heard people say
y'all live in when you catch him up under your bed, sensationalizing physically. Then you tell me how you feel at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've heard people say this,
but like I said, at the end of the day,
you're sensitive doesn't invalidate how I feel. You can feel how you want to feel and say like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Okay, I appreciate that you're sorry, but now that line has been crossed, I can no longer live with you. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many times you cry. I'm not
I completely understand
and that is my choice. And like I said, anybody who sides with him, y'all go live with him.
And that's what you I agree with because that's what you believe in, and I respect that. I also believe in going out with a bang. So before I leave, I want you to know not to try this on nobody else. And I'm calling the law because you crazy.
Here's some comments. Dude is not mentally stable, and you need to get out of there. Sounds like he'd end up wearing your skin or something to physically saturate with you. Edit, this has become my most upvoted comment ever, and I'm not sure how to feel about that.
I don't even know what saturate means.
I don't want to look that up. Another comment, yes, you did shame him. Yes, you rejected his apologies. Why? Because he crossed so many boundaries of common decency, privacy, and basic human respect. This is the behavior of a predator, a stalker, This is the behavior a predator, a stalker, or a stalker would do. Whatever trust you had with Carl has been broken, shattered into 1,000 pieces, not the butthole.
I would also say too, like, I'm impressed, like, you know, and this ain't, I'm signed with the guy because I do agree with but Carl? The person that posted it.
Oh yeah. OP. No, that's not Carl. That's not Carl.
But I gotta say, I'm just impressed, honestly, because every story has an impressive moment. Just about, I'm impressed that either you got a dope bed or he's skinny. So
yeah, what kind of?
I don't know. I'm impressed either way. I just slid up under them.
I just like.
Did you get your ribs removed or something?
So you just. Like, are you just like
right? Are you
like pancaking?
Me seeing you at 12 at night doing this?
Are you laying like this and just like looking at him like, yeah, he's moving? I don't know.
Me at 12 at night seeing you do this in the night, like you doing the limbo to get up under it. It's crazy. Mm-mm. And I know. Ooh, I know he talking about he want to saturate with it. Man,
I don't know.
They were 20 something.
I don't know what that means.
I'm saying they 20 something.
Oh, let me see. They are 24. Yeah.
Cuz must be all right. So
and he's known him for 2 years.
Yeah, he knew he was. He knew it.
So he was probably that one person that was like, yeah, I'll give him a chance.
Man, he probably pass gas, all kinds of stuff through the night. You talk about saturate with it. He probably and then turn over. You go there. Ooh, I like that. Come on now.
Yeah, that's get out of there. Your lease is up in 1 month. I would say move. Just save yourself the trouble. And like I said, anybody who doesn't agree with your decision to protect yourself,
man, anybody you know in 2 years, you knew what it was.
Just cut
you knew what it was before that. So I can side with you, but I ain't gonna feel sorry for you. It ain't too many people in 2 years I don't know that well. Like in 2 years, bro made moves on you and you looked over. That's why you talking about it don't matter because no.
It matter. Well, this episode has gone a lot longer than I had anticipated, so we're gonna end with this last story. You ready? All right. Am I the butthole for not waking up my roommate on the day of his final med school exam? I don't think I've ever any class that I was gonna be late to, I just didn't go.
And that's how we met. Ironically. Because I didn't go. I didn't go to our class. I went 3 times. Shout out to you, Emily. You know who you are. Oh, what is her name?
It's not Emily.
What is her name? It's not. Because I want to shout you out. What's her name?
Megan.
Shout out to you, Megan, at MSU. Only professor, let's put that in quotes, that ever passed around extra points and avoided me.
She literally
we were in high school and I was a whole college student. Passing around his head. Passing around his head.
Y'all know, have y'all ever seen what's the name of that movie? With like Glenn Coco. Gosh, what's the name?
I don't know who Glenn Coco is.
On Wednesdays we wear pink. What is the name? I can't think of the movie. Mean Girls. Okay, so y'all know how like on Mean Girls and he's passing out the suckers or the Valentine's Street and he's like, one for you, none for Gretchen Wiener. You go, Glenn Coco. Like it's like, that's how she was doing the paper. Right. She was like passing it around, and when it got to Justin, she was like, ah!
Right. One day I got my hands on it. I said, oh, she said, oh, y'all give it to me.
I remember one time she
what?
One time we walked in class when he walked in, she was like, after you sign your name, you can go. And he had walked in late, and she wouldn't let him sign his name.
I will prevail. I've always been hated on.
But anyway, shout out to her though, because even in all that, that's how we met and that's how we are. That's how we're here today. So even you was hating on my bro right here, we still got some good out of it.
Right. And people think you can't get hated on in college. I beg to differ. She wanted to holler at me, probably.
Justin.
Shout out to Megan.
Justin.
That's when I was a young Thundercat, y'all. I was, ooh, when I was a young Thundercat, the Catholics wasn't licking as hard. They were still licking, but, hey, when I was well, hey.
So you know the risk.
She wanted a
she
little
did
piece
not.
of
she didn't want you.
Miller.
She wanted you to come to class on time. That's all she wanted.
I had to catch 3 buses to get to. And so, actually, I had to catch 1 bus.
Oh, and it was the 8 o'clock class too.
In seriousness,
an 8 o'clock class on a Monday, Wednesday.
I had to walk.
Senior year.
I had to walk. Well, it's my 5th year. We went off on a tangent, but shout out to Megan.
Yeah.
Because you made me part of who I am today. Unforgiving.
And I want to say he's been holding this grudge. We graduated 10 years ago.
And then
11 years ago at this point.
The worst part was when I would get emails about the bonus. And I'm like, I was there. Like, what bonus you talking about?
The bonus was the same quiz every time,
on course whatever it is,
Canvas,
whatever it was called, bonus points, and mine would always say 0. And I knew sometimes I was there.
Gotta be better than that.
And I knew sometimes I was there, and I was like, what bonus?
Because
what did I
came
miss?
in late. The quiz was the first 10 minutes.
And you know what's insane? And I'm gonna tell you what's insane about that too, Megan. Because the more we sit and talk about it, I know one time I talked to one of the football players on our school football team, and I said, "Hey, did y'all get?" And they was like, "No, I don't know what she's talking about."
So she was just giving them out.
So one time it literally was nothing.
Well,
I knew I was there.
I got all my
you went there one time. It was one time when it was like one time you went there.
She probably told us we didn't have to be there, and you showed up.
And matter of fact, I did tell you about that because one time I actually got up. It was 7:30, and I said, man, today.
She said, gotcha.
I said, today, I had got it together, and I ran.
Singular day.
And I had it together. And y'all think I'm playing? This is like so serious. I went to the second floor of McCool Hall. Is where it was. Second floor of McCool Hall. And I went by, and I thought I was in the wrong place because the lights was off. And I kept looking. I was like, well, whatever. No class.
She was coming for your head, but...
And I still to this day don't know what I did to her. I mean, because you tell me... Well,
it was one of those classes, though. You came, disrespectfully late. Because, you had to... Because of the way the class was built, it's like you're coming from the front to the back.
Yeah, but I was quiet. I made sure.
It's not like you can sneak in. So it's like you're late, and I know you're late.
Yeah, when the door closed, I made sure it did go plow. I said, and I walked up. I ain't even talking about. I walked up.
One time you asked me for the pencil. That's how we got here.
Right.
You're right. You come in here macking, and you 10 minutes late, and you trying to get me in trouble. That's why I was like, I don't have a pencil. Go sit down. I'll get in trouble too. I ain't got time.
But like I said, shout out to her. She made me who I am. That's a side story that's always gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. So this says, 23 male, and my roommate Justin, 23 male, are med students. We've been living together as roommates for 2 years, and we live in a hostel. Do you know what a hostel is?
Isn't that like overseas or like another time for like a hotel or something?
No idea. A budget-friendly lodging option offering shared accommodations, typically with dormitory-style bedrooms, featuring bunk beds and shared bathrooms, kitchens, and common areas. So yeah. Last week were our final year exams, and it was absolute. We were surviving on 2-3 hours of sleep daily, fueled by coffee and energy drinks. I know it's not healthy, but there's no other way to pass. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. On the last day of exams, Justin was unusually exhausted. Around 1 a.m., he decided to sleep and told me to wake him up at 3 a.m. I agreed. However, by 2:30, I was dead. My brain was shutting down.
Body shut down.
My notes were getting blurry, and I knew if I stayed up any longer, I'd pass out. I decided to wake Justin up early. I woke Justin up at 2:30 and told him the time and suggested he set an alarm so he wouldn't oversleep. Justin sat upright, rubbed his eyes, and nodded and said, all right. I was like, don't forget to set the alarm, and then almost instantly fell asleep. We both woke up at 8 a.m. I had set my alarm for 6, but kept hitting snooze. Justin freaked out, accusing me of not waking him up as promised. I reminded him that I did wake him up at 2:30 a.m. and suggested he set an alarm. Justin said that he was too sleepy to comprehend what was happening and insisted that I should have stayed awake to wake him at 3 a.m. or at least made sure he was fully awake before sleeping. Justin's exam did not go well, and now he's blaming me. I understand his frustration, but I think he's being unfair. Am I the butthole?
I think his frustration is more towards himself, even though he's outwardly expressing it. But I don't think that that's anything above the norm.
I don't think you're the butthole. I agree with you. I think Justin is more upset with himself because I'm not. If this is something really important to me, I'm not leaving it to chance. Even if I do tell you, like, hey, wake me up, I'm still going to set an alarm for myself just to have a second layer. And really, too, and I guess at the level of exhaustion, I'm not going to sleep well anyway just because my anxiousness won't let me really, like, my anxiousness is going to wake me up. and have me like did I miss it or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But no, I don't think you're the butthole. That's on him. It was his responsibility to wake himself up, and you did wake him up. I mean, y'all are both in the same boat. You're both tired. You're both sleepy. So he can't expect you to like, oh, you stay up and I'm gonna go to sleep, and then you just stay up and like come and wake me up.
But that's the good and bad of taking your body, even like athletics, taking your body to its limit. You know what you can do, but you also don't know what's on the other side of that wall. So like, this is why I'm saying it. I'm putting my trainer hat on right here. It's like, if it's cool to know how to do it, but if I was him and I was to restructure my day, I probably would have gone to sleep from 10 to 12 and then just stayed up through the night, through the morning, going into the morning, because I would have been at least a little fresher than trying to push till 2 a.m. and then your body's already used to being in REM sleep then, or deep sleep then, and then chancing about saying, hey, wake me up at 3.
Right.
I mean, but you can always hindsight it, but that's just the way I would have structured it.
Yeah, you have to. You're exactly right. You have to know how to set up your studying. So, like for me, whenever I was in CODA school, because I really didn't study when I was at state, and I'm gonna be really honest with that. How I made it through, I have no idea. But in CODA school, I really did study. So what I would do is I would sleep until, like you said, around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Like I would, as soon as I got home from class, I would go to sleep in that window, and then I would wake up. And from like 10 to 2, that was like my peak. Like that's where I studied real hard and I really got a lot done, and I feel like I retained the most. And then at around like 2:15, 2:10 or something like that, I would go to sleep until around 6, 5, 6, somewhere in there, because I had class at 8 and I needed to leave like around 7:30 in order to make it on time. So that gave me like a good 20, 30 minutes to kind of just read through it real quick, and then, get ready, go to class. And then by the time I got to class, I could read through it a little bit more, and then I was set and ready to go. But that was like, that's how I knew I would work and be at like my highest performance.
That's kind of how I did it with exam week. So it was the same. He didn't want to be a doctor, obviously. So
yeah, being a doctor wasn't that important to him.
I was just playing. I hope he did make it.
Because if you're gonna be my doctor, I want you well rested. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, anything else you have on that?
No.
That's all you got?
That made me I remember laying on my college experience. Yeah. Like I said, stand up 24 hours. Papers, bonus points passed around my head.
Yeah. College was a time. I had fun in college and would definitely do it again. I would do, there's a few things I would do different, but for the most part,
absolutely not.
I enjoyed my college experience. Shout out to all you college students, even high school, middle school students who are currently in school. We hope you guys have a great and flourishing school year. If you're watching while you're here, I'm always going to say it. Drop down in the comments. Let us know how you're doing in school so far. It's still the beginning, so just let us know what's going on, how you're feeling, all this, that, and the other. While you're down there, also hit that subscribe button. Also give us a big thumbs up. And thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. And we hope you enjoyed this video. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.